Welcome to the NLL Saturday Showcase. Live from the Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester, New York, the March to May starts now as the Rochester Knighthawks host the NLL leading Saskatchewan Rush tonight at Seeger and Shortino Field. Saskatchewan came into the weekend looking to clinch a playoff berth with wins against Buffalo and Rochester this weekend, but last night in Buffalo, Josh Byrne with a game winner in overtime. Saskatchewan with the loss. Now they cannot clinch a playoff spot this weekend. Hello everyone, I'm Brendan McDaniels and alongside Steve Bermel. Griffin Della Penna is going to join us in a moment. And Steve, we got a great matchup tonight between the Rush and the Knighthawks. The Rush had won 9 straight. They lost last night. The Knighthawks trying to end a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah, as mentioned, the Rush had a 2-game lead in the loss column, so they were in the driver's seat and a great opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. Goes out the wayside with the loss yesterday, but Rochester looking to find some winning ways and maybe jumping on a Saskatchewan Rush team that's reeling after the loss yesterday.
They certainly do, and if they want to jump on them, they're going to need a huge night from Ryan Lanchbury.
Yeah, if you're looking for an engine to this Rochester offense, especially from the right side, Lanchbury is your guy. Second on the team in scoring behind Connor Fields. 15 goals, 39 assists for 54 points. Those 39 assists lead the team. He had a goal and 2 helpers in Rochester's last game against Ottawa. And the last time that Rochester played Saskatchewan, 2 goals and 4 assists. That was February of 2025. He'll look to get at least those 6 points.
And now let's head down to the third member of our broadcast team. Griffin Della Penna is standing by with Ryan Lanchbury.
Gentlemen, thank you. Lanch, you're coming off your final bye week to back-to-back here for the Rush. How can you use that extra rest to your advantage here tonight?
Yeah, well, I think we just know at the end of the day, this is a must-win for us. We've been on our heels the last 4 games. We're going to be on our toes tonight, 60 full minutes. We need this one.
Good luck tonight. Gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Griffin. We appreciate it as we get set for face-off here in downtown Rochester, Saskatchewan. Number 1 in the NLL, 10-2 overall. Rochester on the outside looking into the playoffs. They are in 9th position at 4-5 overall. Jeremy Thompson will take the face-off for the Rochester Knighthawks. Over 2,600 all-time face-offs for him. That is second all-time in the National Lacrosse League. He is going up against Jake Nasso. 20 of 24 last night in Buffalo. He's converting 66% of his face-offs. And the Rush will have it. We're underway in Rochester. Bordeaux will drop it off into the offensive zone. Here's Shanks with a quick shot. That one goes wide. Taylor Jensen will bring it into the offensive zone for Rochester. Here's Ryan Lanchbury. We were just talking to Griffin moments ago. Ryan Lanchbury, 89 points. 89 assists, excuse me. Last season over 100 points. Here's Connor Fields. Ball in the corner, 5 seconds on the shot clock. And the turnover will go to Saskatchewan.
Good active sticks there by the Rush defense. Connor Fields trying to feed that ball into the middle, but 2 Rush defenders get a stick on it. It ends up behind the net, and Kaizik scoops it up, feeding the Rush back onto offense.
Here's Ryan Keenan. Keenan had a big night last night in Buffalo. 4 goals and 1 assist. Keenan try to cross it over to Shanks. Jake Casino, the second-year defenseman from Liverpool, New York, just about an hour and a half east of Rochester, scoops up the loose ball. Rochester now in their offensive zone. Connor Fields, last season's MVP, behind the back. Graydon Hogg dumps it back up top. We have a moving screen. Barnable takes the shot. Rylan Hartley back in net for Rochester. He did not play against Ottawa. Riley Hutchcraft got the start 2 weeks ago. He had 33 saves, and now Hartley back in cage. Ryan Smith blows a tire, pops it up to Connor Fields. Fields will sweep up top, now we'll slow it down. Here's Zed Williams. Zed looked for an opening, whiffed on the shot, and a shot clock violation.
Zed pulled that out, looked like he was gonna pull the trigger, but Bobby Kidd might have hit the butt end of Zed's stick. Ball popped out of the pocket, No shot attempt there for Zed Williams.
There's Haley up top. Here's Church. Shot by Shanks, and Hartley is there. See, it's important for Rylan Hartley to get off to a hot start. When he gets off to big starts, it usually spells good things for the Rochester defense.
Yeah, and on that shot, he sees it all the way from Shanks. No traffic out front, stands his ground, scoops the loose ball, and pushes it up the floor to his Rochester offense.
Connor Fields takes the shot, looked like it was partially blocked. Here come the rush. Odd man situation, Barnable in front, scores!
Well, we've seen the rush get out in transition a few times early here, Brendan, and a 3-on-2 down the floor as Barnable takes the pass from Jake Boudreau, and Barnable able to beat everyone to the top of the crease, and when he catches that ball, finds himself all alone with Rylan Hartley, pops it behind him, and the Rush have scored first 3 minutes into quarter number 1.
So Barnable, that is his 3rd goal of the season.
Naso coming off a dominating performance last night for the Rush, winning something 19 of 23 draws. So we'll see how Jeremy Thompson fares against one of the league's best.
Naso converting 66% of his face-offs so far this season. Zach Mans comes on the floor, sets the screen. Back to Mans in front, and score! 2 quick goals by the Rush.
A quick 2-man game between Mans, and I think that's Levi Anderson, was scratched last night for Saskatchewan. Feeds it in, and Mans, as he's tiptoeing across the crease here, keeps his feet out, I think, and then is able to twist it back short side past Rylan Hartley's left shoulder. Gets a little bit of a cross check there from Coates, but ultimately 2 goals, Brendan, where the Rush find themselves all alone in front of the crease and quickly double up their lead. 11:30 to go in quarter number 1.
Zach Mans had 5 points last night, 1 goal and 4 assists, as Naso has won the first 3 face-offs of the evening. Just moments after we said Harley had a few good saves in the early going, has given up back-to-back goals. Here's Keenan getting inside, scores! 3 in a row for the Rush.
Keenan one-on-one with Thompson. Gets around him. And once again, the Knighthawks just not boxing out the crease, just giving up that high-priced real estate right in front of Rylan Hartley. One little quick step there from Keenan, a stutter to the left and a cut to the right.
And Riley Hutchcraft.
Sorry, go ahead, Brendan.
Say Riley Hutchcraft is coming in for Rylan Hartley. So
Brendan, you just
11-11.
You just alluded to the start that Hartley would be hoping to get. Even before the game, you were talking to me, kind of the first 5 minutes can dictate the kind of night that Hartley's going to have. And you got to figure Hazen just trying to shake some things up here to wake up the Knighthawks.
Taylor Jensen has the ball. Here's Hogg. Hogg can't get it, but a rebound, scores! Zed Williams gets the Knighthawks on the board.
You can't get a much better response than that. Hartley already back between the pipes. Little shakeup does just that. The Knighthawks come up with possession off the draw. Graydon Hogg hits the post and it comes back out, but the quick loose ball scooped up, and Zed Williams is able to trickle this ball past Kizek 5-hole. And that's exactly the response the Rochester Knighthawks needed after giving up 3 quick goals. A quick one of their own to cut the lead to 2.
So as Steve mentioned, Rylan Hartley back in the game. So just a quick check to the bench for Rylan Hartley, and he's back in. Robert Church, one of the best righties ever to play in the National Lacrosse League, had the ball momentarily. Here's the shot by Keenan. That one's off the mark. Chad Tutton grabs loose ball, moves it quickly up ahead. Here's Matt Gill ready for the shot and score!
This is transition perfection. After Hartley knocks the ball off to his right, it goes off the end boards. Tutton scoops up the loose ball, starts to trot up the floor, picks his head up, and the assistant captain, Matt Gilray, already has a line to the net, catches it at the restraining line, and steps down while on the run and shoots sidearm high to low and beats Kizak very similarly to the way Zed Williams beat Kizak on the first goal. And now it's a one-goal game. Less than 5 minutes into quarter number one. Brandon, we got a barn burner. Goodness gracious.
Not even 5 minutes in, we've got 5 goals. That's point number 99 of his career for Matt Gilray. Swada. Shot goes wide. Ian Lord, the Wiley veteran. Played nearly 2 decades in the National Lacrosse League. Rolls it off to Ryan Lanchberry. Lanchberry up top to McConvey. Here's Connor Fields. Fields backtracks. Now back to Lanchberry. In the corner for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith takes the shot, scores!
We got some punch and counter punch here in downtown Rochester. A 3-goal run for the Rush, quickly answered by a 3-goal run for the Knighthawks. Lanchberry with the pick up top there does a good job to not only seal off the shooting lane, but also takes a second defender out in the process just by kind of being in the way. It wasn't even necessarily a physical pick being set there by Lanchberry, but able to work around the top. And that ball finds the top corner of the net, and we are tied at 3.
Naso wins another face-off, but the ball is thrown away. Although Jensen lost his stick, so he's out there playing a little soccer. Now 2 guys without sticks. And Rochester will come up with it. Jeremy Thompson will end up getting the loose ball. And Rochester has possession.
That was Chad Tutton coming up with that loose ball when nobody seemed to want it. Tutton scoops it up and feeds it up the floor.
Here's Lanchberry on the far side. Lanchberry dumps it to Waters right in the middle. Hits Kizak in the chest. And loose ball is tracked down by Waters. So Rochester will maintain possession. Hogg comes back out on the floor. Here's Connor Fields. Fields takes the shot. Kizak gets a piece of it. Ball in the corner. Jared Smith working on it for the Rush. And Hasek will have it for Saskatchewan. Gets it up ahead to Keenan. Church with a quick stick. Hartley got a piece of it. Here's Mans. Tries to swim with on Pacino. Haley. Shank sweeps him front. Here's Mans. He'll get up top. Behind the back pass. Shot, scores. And the goal by Zach Mans. And Saskatchewan goes back up top.
Zach Mans takes this behind the back pass from Ryan Keenan. And while falling to the turf, rips a sidearm shot past Rylan Hartley. Restoring the Rush's lead, giving them their 1-goal lead here. 7:52 to go in quarter number 1. And the 3-goal run by Rochester stopped by the Rush.
Zach Mans, his second of the night. So Saskatchewan with possession once again off the face-off. Naso is 7 of 8 at the X so far. Here's Church. Gets the screen, dumps it up top. Keenan flips it back. Anderson scores! Levi Anderson with his first of the night. It is 5-3.
Another shot and another goal. Not so many saves so far here in this game. Church kicks it over to the left side, and Keenan drives the net, and both Knighthawks defenders go with him. Jensen and Gilray both focus on Keenan. He flips it behind into Levi Anderson. Anderson has all kinds of time to pick out a spot. He winds up, fires, and the Rush up 5-3 with 7:24 to play in quarter number 1.
6 saves total between these two goalies, 8 goals allowed in a little over 7.5 minutes of action. So Levi Anderson gets on the board. Rochester has possession. Here's Zed Williams coming onto the floor. Dumps it off to Lanchbury. Lanchbury takes a look, flips it in the slot to Smith, takes the shot. Kazik is there.
Kazik going for a jaunt on that play all the way out to the restraining line. I think he's going to turn this over.
So Dan Coates is back there. The ball goes into the crease. And they're going to say in and out of the crease. And Dan Coates doesn't agree with that, but it's going to be Saskatchewan ball. We're going to take the timeout here. 6:39 to play in the first quarter. Offensive fireworks going on here in Rochester. We'll be back. Back in Rochester, it is a 5-3 Saskatchewan lead, and we've only played 8 minutes and 21 seconds, Steve. I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, 8 goals, and at this point, maybe 8 saves made by the goaltenders combined. And a shout out to Griffin Della Pena at the sidelines, letting us know that the Rush scored 3 goals in 49 seconds. Their 3-goal run coming in less than a minute. Rochester's 3-goal run in response only took 1 minute and 18 seconds. So we have fireworks, as mentioned, here in Rochester. Maybe the timeout will settle things down, Brendan.
Maybe, we'll see. So Saskatchewan has possession. Here's Haley. To Shanks. Church flips it over to Mans. Hartley able to knock it away. Here's Gilray. Bring it into the offensive zone. Dumps it off to Connor Fields. Lanchbury. Up top to Hogg. Fields. Thought about pulling the trigger. Didn't. Now Kyle Waters will. Kazik has it. Barnable. Moving it up ahead. Has Church on the other side. Will slow it down. Mans gets a touch and sends it over to Anderson. Anderson playing a little cat mouse in front. Takes the shot. That one goes wide. Ball ripped out of the air by Josh Medeiros. Medeiros had a head of steam, and then the Rush came out of the back end and he slowed it down. 5.5 to play first quarter. Here's McConvey. Convey sweeps up top, takes the shot. That one goes wide. Convey gets his own rebound, has to throw it back into the zone. Smith has it. 3 seconds on the clock. He's got to fire one. That one goes wide. And it's a shot clock violation.
3 looks there for the Knighthawks, all missing the net. Good opportunities, but all of them going wide, and now the Rush with the ball, but turning it over in midfield.
Bordeaux just slaps that one down into the Rochester end. Dan Coates moves it up ahead to Waters. Rochester gets their offensive personnel on the field. Zed Williams coming out of the box. Fields tried to get it inside to Waters, couldn't thread the needle. Barnable comes out of it. He wants to run. Barnable to Church. Church inside. That one goes wide. Keenan tracks down the rebound. Here's Shanks. That one goes wide. And the ball goes out of bounds. And timeout on the floor. We're going to take it as well. Saskatchewan leads 5-3 here in downtown Rochester. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. Back in downtown Rochester, Saskatchewan leads Rochester 5-3. Saskatchewan has possession. Here's Church. Church tries to get to the middle. Shot knocked away by Hartley. Church grabs his own rebound. Here's Mans. Now to Shanks. Haley flips it back over to the other side. Anderson takes the shot. Knocked away. Matt Gilray comes up with it for the Knighthawks. Coates needs some help, gets it to Zed Williams. Zed Zilla draws a double team, gets out of it. Williams gets inside, takes the shot, scores! Zed Williams with his second of the night.
This is an incredible one-man effort. The Knighthawks were still making a change. They had a defender still going to the bench. So the Rush seeing that double team Zed because there's not 5 forwards to cover. Zed wards off the checks, spins through, fights his way between the 2 defenders, gets himself all alone on Kizek, fake once, fake twice, and pops it over the right shoulder. Gets this game back within 1. What a Herculean effort there for Zed Williams. Unreal goal there for number 28.
Zed Williams came over in the trade from Colorado shortly after the Seneca Nation bought the Rochester Knighthawks over the summer. Been a great addition to this team. Rochester off the faceoff. Smith inside, scores! Ryan Smith on the feed from Ryan Lanchberry, and we are tied up at 5.
What a quick stick here for Ryan Smith. Lanchberry sees Smith cutting, but he's on his wrong side. He comes down the left side offense, and he catches the ball and goes with a twister and puts the ball in the same spot Zed Williams just scored it in that top right corner. So as he comes down Kizek's left side, he twists the stick back over, puts it over his right side. We are tied up. 10 goals so far in this game. We haven't even played 12 minutes of lacrosse.
It's something, the amount of goals that we've had as Gilray takes possession off the faceoff. We'll dump it off the Hog. Here's McConvey getting inside. That one, it goes wide. Bordeaux grabs the rebound. He flips it up ahead. And Barnable will bring it into the zone. Barnable finds Shanks. Rebound will come out. Hasek has it. Zach Mans. Mans dives in front, and he's in the crease.
He took quite a shot there too, Brendan, as he tries to come across the front of Hartley. Remember I said early that the Knighthawks were giving up that prime real estate. That's what you've got to do. Make them pay for going to that area on top of the crease. Make them feel it. Good job there by the Knighthawks D.
Here's Connor Fields. Fields blows a tire. Messenger comes up with it. Quickly up ahead. An opportunity in front. Hartley knocks it away. And we're going to have a penalty on Taylor Jensen. As Keenan was on the breakaway. So our officials tonight, Chris Williams, Mark Thompson, Joel Furman.
I think we're still trying to figure out the call here. Great save by Rylan Hartley. Clean cut breakaway as the Rush get out in transition quickly, and the long change for the Knighthawks don't allow them to get out in front of the transition. One-on-one, Hartley makes a huge save.
The last wave-off goal is under review.
So the last goal is under review, so
was that Zach Mans when he dove into the crease and they waved it off, and this was the first stoppage. So is this might be a review from the officials, Brendan, that they wanted to go back and look at this, but they had to wait for a stoppage to do so.
So So you take a look at that system there. They got 8 different looks at it, Steve.
Yeah, and they have total control over all the camera angles, right? And they can line them up to see multiple angles at the same time. This is the breakaway opportunity. Yeah, Hartley makes the save there.
So that's Accioni. I don't think that's the one they're looking at.
Yeah, I think they're looking at the
Zach
Man's crease dive.
Zach Man's crease dive from a few moments ago. So he wasn't really specific on what he was looking at.
Yeah, he said the last waved off goal, and that was the one where we saw him clear the arms, wave the arms, and point at the crease. It's the play I said it was a good defensive play by the Knighthawks for making Zach Mans pay for getting on top of the crease. And my guess is that the ball goes in the net, but Mans comes down in the crease. And as we said, the officials having control of all the video sources. The recording allows them to match up one camera angle to the other while they're looking at one angle. Let's see what they've come up with here, Brendan. That would have been a doozy, Brendan. We would have been putting time back on the clock. We would have rewound. That happened a long time ago.
There would have been a lot to sort out there.
Instead, much ado about nothing.
Take a look at Jimmy Quinlan.
And just to clarify, that was not a challenge by the Rush. I think that was the officials wanting to take a second look at it. The Rush only would have had 35 seconds to throw the challenge flag.
Yeah, the Rush did not throw the challenge flag out on that one.
30 seconds, sorry.
So the Knighthawks have the ball. Minute and a half to go. Here's Connor Fields. Convey in front, takes the shot. Isaac knocks it away. Messenger streaking in front, takes the shot, goes wide. Loose ball picked up by Dan Coates, the captain of the Knighthawks.
We've seen the Rush fly up the floor in transition. You have to wonder how they're feeling on the second leg of a back-to-back. The Knighthawks should have the legs to run with them tonight.
Waters streaking in the middle, can't get the pass. Here's McClellan. McClellan moves it up head. Shanks to Church. Church ends up getting the loose ball. Now throws it away. Vecino had a beat on it, but can't scoop it up. There's 14 on the shot clock. And we got some rough stuff down low. Matt Gilray and Austin Shanks were getting into it.
Shanks got dumped out in front of the crease and did not like it very much. And when he got up, he retaliates at Gilray, and that's going to be what the call is here. But Shanks gets hit pretty well.
Oh, no, it's on Ryan Smith.
Ryan Smith back there. But
so Shanks goes to the penalty box. So it'll be a slash on Austin Shanks. So Rochester will go on the power play.
45 seconds to play here. It'll be interesting to see what happens if the Rush come up with the ball with less than 30 seconds. Do they call timeout and play a 5-on-5 set? But obviously first we have to see what the Knighthawks do with their power play set here.
Here's Connor Fields, takes the shot. That one goes off the foot of Isaac. And to check down the rebound. Ryan Lanchbury leads the team with 5 power play goals. Here's Lanchbury. That shot goes off the foot of Isaac again. Here's Bordeaux on the breakaway. Bordeaux scores! A shorthanded goal for the Rush.
Back-to-back shot blocks out front. Had the Rush defenders hopping on one foot. And the second one leads to a break for Jake Boudreau, who scoops the ball down the far side. And once again, all alone, one-on-one with Hartley. And Boudreau on the run, shoots down low. And a tough goal for the Knighthawks to give up, as that shorthanded goal for the Rush gives them the lead back with just 11 seconds to play in the opening quarter.
The Knighthawks have given up a lot of shorthand goals this season. There's still 1:26 left on the power play. Connor Fields picks up the ball, looks over at the bench. Fields takes a low one. Knighthawks is there. And the clock will expire in the first quarter. 11 goals between the two teams. Saskatchewan scored the first 3. Rochester scored the next 3. Then Saskatchewan scored 2. Rochester scored 2. And Saskatchewan just scored right there to make it 6-5. It was a wild first 15 minutes. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. Back at the Blue Cross Arena, a wild one here in downtown Rochester. 11 goals on 25 shots in the first quarter, Steve.
Yeah, the Knighthawks have their 5 goals on just 11 shots. So it's a shooting gallery out here. Some good transition from Saskatchewan and scoring from right out in front of that high-priced real estate. But the Knighthawks finding a nice 3-goal run of their own. Just incredible, 11 goals in 1 quarter of play. That's what the National Lacrosse League can bring you.
So Rochester's still on a power play. Here's Hasek coming in, scores! 2 shorthanded goals by Saskatchewan in this power play.
And once again, the legs of the rush, Brendan. You think about a team that played yesterday, flies from Saskatchewan to Buffalo and then has to get on the bus and come here. And man, the legs so far for the Rush have been there. Another goal in transition, just a loose ball scooped up, hustle play down the floor, and Hasek puts it into the top right corner. And this was a 5-5 game with the Knighthawks heading to the power play. And just a few seconds later, it's 7-5 Rush with a minute left on that same power play.
Matt Hasek. So 2 shorthanded goals in 1 minute of time on this power play. We mentioned that Rochester's given up a lot. They've got 2 just on this power play alone.
The Rush just content to kill clock here, Brendan. A 2-goal lead. 3 on the shot clock. We'll see if they put it toward the net.
Well, and it's been a productive penalty kill for them. They've gotten 2 goals off of it. So the Knighthawks will get a second offensive possession on this power play. Here's Lanchberry on the wing. Lanchberry skips it over to Fields. Inside of Lanchberry, takes the shot. Turned away by Knighthawks. 10 seconds on the penalty. Here's Smith. Lanchberry will backtrack to goal line extended. Lanchberry scans the field. Sweeps it over to Connor Fields. That shot's off the mark. Connor Fields grabs his own loose ball. Here's Lanchberry. Lanchberry looks in front for Zed Williams. Couldn't get the handle. Fresh shot clock. Smith throws it right into the waiting arms of Mike Messenger. Messenger will dump it back to Shanks. Shanks takes a shot, goes high. Keenan has the loose ball. Ryan Keenan, the captain of the Rush. There's a shot by Shanks. That one is smothered up by Hartley.
It feels like this game, the pace has to slow down a little bit, that we can't have every other shot finding the back of the net. We'll see. So far it hasn't happened, but it does feel like this game is destined to slow down just a little bit.
We're going to find out. Lanchberry try to cross it in front to Hogg. Knighthawks, a little long outlet pass. Anderson has it. Now Swada on the far side. Swada had an opening for a moment. Anderson Dumps it to Mans. Shot up front by Haley. That one goes off the backboard. Medeiros giving chase. Here's Josh Medeiros, takes the shot. Kazik able to get that one.
It's a good save from Kazik, but good to see Rochester get out in transition, Brendan. We haven't seen much of that, and that actually turns into a 2-on-1. Medeiros takes it himself. Kazik makes a good save, but good transition from the Knighthawks.
Shot by Church. That one goes over the goal.
Over and back here against Saskatchewan, so Rochester will get their 5 forwards out the door.
Ryan Smith will get it started off for the Knighthawks. Lanchberry looking for some help, dumps it to Waters. Waters up top, scores!
You could feel that one coming. When Kyle Waters catches the ball and has the chance to step down twice like he did there, he's going to pick a spot and bury it. And in this instance, he catches the ball just on the outside of the restraining line, takes a little crow hop forward, and then along with that left foot and gets everything behind that shot. And Kyle Waters is lethal from that position. And man, oh man, did he ever rocket that pass. I think Kazik got a good piece of that.
Here's McConvey.
Right off the faceoff, Kazik got a good piece of that, but it went in anyway. And then the Knighthawks almost answered with a quick one off the faceoff. Back and forth we go.
Rush possession, Zwada pumps it off. There's side for Anderson. Anderson. Tutton gets it ahead to Ian Lord. Lord now will slow it down for the Knighthawks. Lanchberry away for all of his offensive personnel to get on the floor. Here's Connor Fields. Fields thought about it. Now Hogg, his shot goes wide. Lanchberry has it behind the net. Smith. And Kazik got just a little bit of that one, as Ryan Smith tried to dunk that one home.
Yeah, tried to put it between his back and the crossbar, but instead it goes off his back and down the backside of the net. A good look there for the Hawks, though.
Here's Anderson. One on the shot clock, and Pans the shot clock violation. Let's get it down to Griffin Della Penna.
Well, something that we heard all week long for Rochester, Brennan, was that they needed to simplify their game, get back to the basics, and that has been a huge response for this group that has struggled to do that in their most 2 previous games. Responded with the punches. They're at least in this game, and they need to continue to have that because it doesn't look like the Rush are going to stop anytime soon.
And right on cue, Thomas McConvey on the feed from Ryan Lanchberry ties it up, and as Griffin said, they just have to clean up the little things.
Yeah, this is great ball movement here by the Hawks. This ball goes from left to right to left, and it goes from in front of the net to behind the net to in front of the net again. Kazik's got to have his head on a swivel, and McConvey able to beat his man to the crease. And Kazik steps over to that side of his net, but McConvey beats him back to the far side. And that ball movement is going to give a lot of success to any team. And the Knighthawks, as mentioned, east to west, north to south, moving that ball quickly, put that ball in the back of the net. And we're tied again on our 14th goal of the night.
You take a look at the 4 horsemen for the Knighthawks entering tonight. Connor Fields tied for 5th in the NLL in goals. Now keep in mind, Rochester's played 2 less games than just about everybody else in the National Lacrosse League. So those numbers and the comparison to other teams is not even, as they played a lot less than everyone else.
And Fields needed just 1 assist, I believe, for 300 in his career, and he's got 3 tonight already.
Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to take long for Connor Fields to get an assist. Here's Mans. Mans tried a swim move, got stopped. Haley. Now Keenan. And shot clock expires. So a shot clock violation. And a timeout on the floor with 9:05 to go. It is 7-7 between the Knighthawks and the Rush. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. Take a look at the Saskatchewan Rush bench, 10-2 overall this season. And Steve, you were in Bandit Land last night for the wild 11-10 overtime winner by Buffalo. And in the fourth quarter, Saskatchewan had 2 goals with a minute and a half left, 6-on-5, and then Buffalo takes it in overtime.
Yeah, almost 7 minutes of overtime it took. You know, the Rush, for those that don't know, the Rush played in Philadelphia Sunday and had to skirt around that winter storm. And we're back in Buffalo Thursday. And then here Saturday, I talked to Coach Keenan midweek. I said, who did you tick off in the scheduling office? You know, it's rare for an NLL team to play 3 games in a week, but to have them be all on the East Coast like this. But the Rush, you know, he says sometimes they've faced schedule adversity before. Sometimes it's the way the schedule goes. And, you know, the loss yesterday for the Rush, they're looking to get back on it today, especially since they had one of the games in the loss column get away from them when they lost yesterday.
So Connor Fields took the shot, and the rebound still loose.
Fields is hobbled back to the bench here. Little hitch in the giddy up.
Barnable, foot save by Hartley. Gillies comes up with it. Gillies coming down, takes the shot, goes wide. Rebound put back by Tutton, can't go. Couple defensemen trying to get in the scoring column there for the Knighthawks.
Have to keep an eye on Connor Fields.
And we've got a cross check. And I believe this is going to be on Saskatchewan. I believe this is going to be on Bobby Kidd.
Yeah, Kidd went to set a screen here, but it may be a little bit too much and deemed by the officials to be more than an illegal pick. This looks like a cross check here from behind, kind of rolled over the top.
Trying to shake it off.
So an offensive zone penalty will give the Knighthawks another power play, Brennan, and they'll want to be better than the last one.
We'll keep in mind
the last 2 shorthanded goals.
So Bobby Kidd will serve the 2-minute penalty. He was questionable last night to play. Ended up playing last night and playing back-to-back nights. So Knighthawks back on the power play. Here's Smith up top to Fields. Kaiser gets it. Here's Matt Hosick. Hosick to Mans. Mans in front to Haley. Couldn't get it cleanly. Tried the one-timer. Haley now will bring it up top, working on Dan Coates. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Mans. Mans gets double-teamed against the boards. Gillies is on him. He'll take one. It goes wide. That's a shot clock violation. Adam Thistlethwaite, the rookie, has it. Hogg dumps it off to McConvey. Now to Fields up top. Lanchbury, goal line extended. McConvey, Fields. Smith takes the shot, goes off the crossbar. Fields has it at a fresh 30. Lanchbury behind the goal. Up top to Fields, has a lot of room to maneuver. But an illegal pick against McConvey. And then Connor Fields hits the deck. So 8 shorthanded goals this season for Saskatchewan. As we mentioned, 2 in that last possession. It's a shot. That one doesn't make it as Lord had it. It'll be a shot clock violation. 12 seconds on the power play for Rochester. Medeiros will bring it into the zone. He'll dump it off to Zed Williams. Lanchbury, goal line extended. Kidd out of the penalty box. Lanchbury takes the shot. Connor Fields riding the boards. And loose ball will be scooped up by Dan Coates. So Rochester will maintain possession here. Here comes Coates. They'll now slow it down to Lanchbury. Shot by McConvey. Kaizek able to make the save. Five and a half to play. Here's Haley. Haley rips one wide. Gillies was thinking about it and then slowed it down, so they'll get over back so they'll get the offense on the field.
Good wisdom there from Gillies. He was out to try to get the breakaway and scoop it because it's a live ball if he chooses to, but by checking up, it lets Rochester get 5 forwards on the floor with the full 30 seconds to work with.
Here's Lanchbury, get to the middle. Connor Fields takes the shot. Knocked away. Rochester quickly out of the back end. Slows down the transition for the Rush. 5 minutes to go. Second quarter. We've only seen 3 goals in this quarter after we saw 11 in the first. Here's Church. Bounces that one short. Thistlethwaite moving up ahead. He's got Medeiros with him. He'll back it out.
Good speed from Zawada there, taking away what would have been the transition chance. The forward gets back quickly enough and cuts off Thistlethwaite.
Smith comes in front. Shot goes wide. McConvey has it. Jumps, shoots, saved. Kaizek is able to get it. A big save by Thomas Kaizek. 4:19 to play in the second quarter. You're watching the National Lacrosse League.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here.
Oh, what a move!
With NLL Friday night on TSN.
Back in downtown Rochester, we're tied up at 7 apiece, Saskatchewan and Rochester, as the Knighthawks look to get back into the top 8 with a win tonight. As Saskatchewan looks to keep pace. So you see Mike Hazen, his 250th career game behind the bench. That is 3rd most in league history. He's also the only coach in NLL history, 2nd coach, I take that back, to have a 3-peat.
Yep.
As John Tavares matched that last year.
Yeah, decorated coach Mike Hazen. I know just you have success for this long like he has. Got to do a lot of things well, and hats off to him. Congrats on 250 games coached. Also, you know, a long time career playing as well.
A lot of that here in Rochester with the original Knighthawks. Keenan's pass knocked away by Tutton. You saw, by the way, who is number 1 on that list, Derek Keenan, who's on the bench for Saskatchewan.
Yeah, remember he stepped away from coaching duties for a couple of days there. He was going to be kind of just the GM and then got back involved as head coach or co-head coach of the Saskatchewan Rush.
Him and Jimmy Quinlan share the coaching duties, and Brock Haley from up top breaks the tie.
Well, things did slow down, Brendan. That's our first goal in 8 minutes, which in the first 8 minutes of this game, there was about 20 goals. So things have calmed down a little bit. The Rush going to work off the when we come back from the break, and they pass it up top to Haley, and I think that this one beats Hartley because it's got a little bounce to it. The skip shot kind of throws Hartley off just a bit. A sidearm shot from just inside the restraining line bounces in, and the Rush back in the lead. 8-7, 8 goals on 21 shots unofficially for the Rush.
Messenger comes up with a loose ball. Messenger working on Medeiros. Now we'll dump it off to Anderson. Zach Mans, goal line extended. Up top to Church. Shanks to Church. Jeremy Thompson ends up with a loose ball as the guys hit the deck. Here's Thompson, moving it quickly up ahead. Lanchbury has an opportunity. That one goes wide, but Ryan Smith is there to get the rebound. He'll slow it down and fake the handoff to Fields. The Rush not fooled though. Here's Fields. The goalie is pulled for Rochester.
Delayed penalty coming up.
We have a delayed penalty coming up. And a 30-second shot clock violation. So Church is going to go to the sin bin. As Rochester going to power play for the third time.
So I think this had to do with Jeremy Thompson when he forced the turnover on defense. Right as Robert Church caught the ball, Jeremy Thompson knocked him over from behind. And it would have been a loose ball push, Brendan, except it wasn't a loose ball. Robert Church had it in his stick and got knocked over, and I think he took some exception to getting knocked over like that, and now the Knighthawks with a chance to tie the game on the power play.
Rochester 0 for 2 on the power play so far tonight. Here's Lanchbury from wide out. That one gets soaked up top. Here's Boudreau. Hartley's there to make the save.
Another huge transition opportunity for the Rush. Out with speed. Lanchbury giving chase, but ultimately Boudreau ends up one-on-one with Hartley. A great stop there from Rylan Hartley.
Lanchbury to Fields. Back up top to Lanchbury. Behind the back to Smith. Smith takes the shot, goes low. Stick save by Kazik. Kazik flips it up ahead to Mans, and Hartley will come out to grab that one. Convey brings it into the Rochester zone. 1 minute left on the power play. Smith at the point. Smith takes the shot. That one gets soaked up once again. In front, Barnable scores! Their third shorty of the night.
2 power play chances in a row for the Knighthawks. An outside shot gets blocked up top and turns into a transition breakaway the other way. And this time, Barnable with Smith all over him and stick checking him in the process, scores on the breakaway on Hartley. And Brendan, if you're the Knighthawks, you have to be frustrated that on the power play, not only have you given up the 3 shorthanded goals, but on that specific power play, your shot from up top gets picked off essentially and goes the other way and ends up in the back of your net. This is the fundamental stuff that Griffin was talking about. Like, an outside shot can't turn into a breakaway for the other team. And now 3 shorthanded goals for the Rush, and they have their 2-goal lead again.
Well, and keep in mind the shot before on the power play was also soaked up top by Boudreau. 3 shorthanded goals tonight for Saskatchewan, and they have the 2-goal lead. And the power play has just been an absolute disaster for the Knighthawks. Here's Keenan. Hartley makes the save. Hartley, that's 8 saves now for him. Still 7 seconds on the power play. Lanchbury behind the score! Sid Williams wraps it around the goal for the power play.
And for the Knighthawks power play, you can hear the sigh of relief up here in the press box a set play here. Zed Williams goes behind the net. Fields kicks it across to Lanchbury. And we see this all the time from teams in the league where they wind up like they're taking a shot. And what it does is it gets the goaltender leaning out off the goal line. It goes behind the net to Zed Williams, who dunks it on the far side post. And a huge power play goal, if nothing else, to get the power play with a tally. And we're back within 51.7 seconds to play in the first half.
51 seconds before halftime. Coming up the game halftime, the sights and sounds with the Bandits' Nick Weiss and Vancouver's Jesse King for this week's NLL Wired, plus first half analysis and more, all coming up on the game halftime. So Rochester pulls within 1. Here's Church. That one gets scooped by Hartley. Hartley quickly up ahead to Medeiros. Medeiros now will slow it down.
Timeout.
And Mike Hazen will call the timeout. So there's about 5 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So we'll see if Rochester goes 6-on-5 here. Try to tie the game up at 9 going into halftime. So Steve, as you take a look at Thomas Kajzek, who is the backup goaltender, Frank Chiliano right in front of him. If you're Rochester right now, what are you talking about in that huddle?
Well, ultimately, you have to draw up a play here. 24 on the shot clock and 29 on the game clock. So if you are keeping Hartley on the bench, you have to be very careful with that 5-second discrepancy. So you might see Hartley stay between the pipes because 5 seconds is plenty of time. But ultimately what you're doing here is you're drawing up a set play like you just saw in the power play with the Lanchbury fake shot dunk from Zed Williams. There's going to be something that they're drawing up. The other thing, though, is they're going to make sure they leave Sask with as little time as possible. So they're going to want to use this whole shot clock, in my opinion, before they go to the net.
And let's go down to Griffin Della Penna.
Trying to build off that point, too, guys, about Zed Williams throughout this season, not even just here today, as he's already shown 3 different times for the Knighthawks to give them a boost. He's such a great veteran that at any point in time, he can help out Rochester and build them back at least a little bit more momentum on their side.
Thanks a lot, Griffin. As you see the empty net right there. You saw Kyle Calais setting up the offense for Rochester. So shot in front by McConvey is eaten up by Kajzek with 18 seconds, so plenty of time for Saskatchewan to get a shot off here. They're pulling the goalie, so they'll go 6-on-5. Keenan has it up top, 5 on the game clock. Haley takes the shot. Lord got a piece of it, goes out of bounds as the clock expires. And that's how the half will end, is 3 shorthanded goals by the Saskatchewan Rush, and they take the 9-8 lead going into halftime. So Steve, when we think about this first half, 17 goals, 11 of those were in the first quarter. It settled down a little bit, but it was wild to start.
Yeah, and special teams definitely a story here. The Knighthawks just 1 for 3 on the power play, but having given up 3 goals shorthanded, special teams have played a factor. And I will say, though, the Knighthawks have done a good job hanging around, capitalizing on their chances. Just a 1-goal game here at the half.
But the game halftime report coming up right after this. It's 9-8 Saskatchewan. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. Welcome back to Blue Cross Arena in downtown Rochester. It's halftime between the Knighthawks and the Rush. Last weekend brought another exciting batch of games in the National Lacrosse League. Our NLL Productions team, through our partnership with TSN, was in Vancouver to capture the sights and sounds with the Bandits' Nick Weiss and Vancouver's Jesse King for this week's NLL Wired.
Go, big man. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go, boys. Oh, it was wide open. I'm here, Duels. I'm here, Duels. Open, open, free, open. Get high, Steve, get high. Yes, yes. Do something, then. Do something. Do something. Do something. He's right there. Just run your mouth.
Yes! Woo! Because we're usually strong side, so you guys have more room. But if that's not gonna be the case, then we'll just go. Yeah! Nice shot. I was just trying to get to the bench, relax.
Real simple, boys. Let's have a half. Do your job. Let's get this W right now. Right now we start. Bandits on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah!
Cut to the net! Good handle. Hey, lefties. They're sucking in real hard on our on-ball up-picks. The top guys, just drive your guy in.
I want you to touch him. I'll just end your life. Let's go. Heads up.
Yeah!
After these messages, Steve returns with me to break down the first half. This is the NLL live from Rochester. It's halftime at the Blue Cross Arena as the Saskatchewan Rush lead the Rochester Knighthawks by a score of 9-8 here at halftime. Welcome into the broadcast booth. I'm Brendan McDaniels alongside with Steve Bernal. And Steve, what a wild start to this game. 11 goals in the first quarter.
Yeah, 11 goals on 25 shots. It kind of felt like just shoot the ball, it's going to go in. Both goaltenders struggling a little bit, led to one of the most wild first quarters and first halves of lacrosse we've had this year in the NLL.
Let's take a look at some of those highlights to show you how this started off. It was a game of runs.
Yeah, we saw a 3-goal run come from the Rush in a span of 49 seconds. And then in response, the Knighthawks with a 3-goal run in a span of 1 minute and 18 seconds. And I always hear the voice of Tracy Koleski, longtime player and coach in the NLL. The National Lacrosse League is a game of runs, and both of these teams have had a couple of crazy runs that led to 17 goals in the first half.
Yeah, it was a back and forth affair. As you mentioned, it was 3 for Saskatchewan, 3 for Rochester, 2 for Saskatchewan, 2 for Rochester, and back and forth we went. It was very wild here in the first half.
And ultimately, I think the big difference so far in that game, this game so far, Brennan, has been special teams. The Knighthawks with 3 power plays only managed to notch 1 power play goal, but gave up 3 shorthanded goals. The Rush with 8 shorthanded goals so far this year. And you mentioned the Knighthawks struggles with giving up those shorthanded goals. I think that the special teams has been a big story in the first half.
It certainly has, and we mentioned that Rochester did struggle with shorthanded goals in this contest, and 3 of them. It's really the difference here in the first half.
Yeah, if they don't have those 3 goals, I mean, ultimately in a 1-goal game, you're going to look for the small things, and those shorthanded goals are what has been the difference so far.
Let's take a look at those shorthanded goals, and they all came here in transition off of deep shots by Rochester.
Yeah, and we mentioned the back-to-back shots blocked up top, and Barnable when he was able to finish, but right before that, 2 outside shots blocked by a high man, and it goes back to the fundamentals that Griffin's talking about. When you're talking about fundamental lacrosse, it's certainly not getting shots blocked and giving up breakaways on shorthanded situations that end up in the back of your net. So the Knighthawks will look to clean that up, and look, it sounds like we're kind of digging on the Hawks. They're down by 1. This is still a game here, Brendan.
Still very much a game. Let's take a look at our first half stats brought to you by The Game, and you see shots are about the same. Huge difference in face-offs, but those shorthanded goals right now are the difference.
Yeah, 3 for Saskatchewan, and as mentioned, just 1 for 3 on the power play for the Hawks. So it's almost as if they're -3. They've scored 1 but given up 3 instead of scoring 3 and giving up 0 in those special teams opportunities.
We certainly have. We got a lot of action coming up here in the second half. Right after this, 9 to Saskatchewan leads at halftime. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. Getting ready for second half action in downtown Rochester as the Rush lead the Knighthawks by a score of 9-8. 30 minutes left in this contest. Let's take a look at some of the out-of-town scores. What a night last night. Georgia gets her 8th win of the season. Brett Dobson gives up only 6 goals. We talked about that Buffalo overtime winner against Saskatchewan. Colorado defeats San Diego. Andrew Q gets 4 goals in that. And in the late night one, Vancouver knocks off Las Vegas. Keegan Ball, what a season. 9 points for him last night in the winning effort for the Warriors. We got a lot more games going on tonight and tomorrow. Oshawa leads Ottawa in the third quarter. Philadelphia up 4-3 on Georgia in the second. Toronto and Buffalo doing battle up in Ontario. And later tonight, Halifax and Calgary And then tomorrow night, Vancouver is at San Diego. And now let's go down to the field and rejoin Griffin Della Penna for the game interview.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. Ryan, what was your group able to do so well in the first that resulted in 3 shorthanded goals?
Running the floor really well. Our guys, see them kind of pushing ahead on shots and resets, and we have the horses back there to run the floor and bearing their opportunities. So it would be good if we get a few opportunities in the power play here, but I'm sure things will settle down and we'll get our opportunities here too.
Good luck in the final 30.
Yeah, thanks.
Brendan?
Thanks a lot, Griffin. We appreciate it. Steve, as we get set for the final 30 minutes, what are we looking here from both teams?
Yeah, I think for Rochester, obviously cleaning up the special teams like we mentioned. They've hung around in this game, and ultimately the special teams they have to fix, but also transition, right? They have to take away the breakaway opportunities that the Rush have been getting out and be smart, get off the floor quickly, and make decisions that don't put you in a bad spot. Don't put Hartley in a bad spot with a breakaway to try to stop.
Here's Church. Had a relatively quiet first half. Church up top takes the shot. That one goes wide. Jeremy Thompson has the rebound. He'll dump it off to Lanchbury. Connor Fields drops it momentarily. Still trying to get the ball. He finally has it around midfield. They come over to the far side and dump it off to Lanchbury. Lanchbury working on McClellan. Dumps it off to his childhood best friend, Ryan Smith. Can't get it. Rebound by McConvey. Knocked away by Kajzek. McConvey gets it one more time off the post. Here comes Tutton. Tutton with a full head of steam. 4 saves on 1 possession for Thomas Kajzek.
Chance after chance, especially for Thomas McConvey. Back-to-back 5-star chances. One that's saved by Kajzek, the other hits the post. And the Knighthawks come up empty.
Kajzek now 26 saves, including those 4 right there, as Hartley eats that one up. So let's take a look at these ones again, Steve.
Yeah, the save off of Smith, and then the rebound chance by McConvey turned away again. McConvey does a great job scooping the loose ball and beats Kajzek, but hits the post.
Fields takes the shot, scores! Connor Fields wraps it around his defender. We're tied up at 9.
We've been waiting to see this one. Fields hasn't been given too many good looks. You can tell the Rush are keying on him and his opportunities, but as you mentioned, Brennan, he puts this around his defender and goes high to low, and the bouncer goes through Kajzek's wickets into the back of the net. But Fields is so crafty, right? Able to shoot around his defender, use his defender as a screen almost there, and that creative shot's able to bounce through the legs of Kajzek and tie this game at 9.
Connor Fields, his wife Lara, recently had their second baby boy, Walker, a couple weeks ago. And I talked to Connor at shoot around this morning. I said, how's your older son Finn doing with the baby? He goes, he loves him. He says they get along great. I said, yeah, that'll probably change in a couple years. But here's Shanks. That one goes wide. Keenan with the rebound. Here's a shot from the point. Looked like Coates got a piece of it. That shot is saved by Hartley. He gets it up ahead to Gilray. Gilray already has a goal tonight. He dumps it off to Zed Williams. Zed Williams had a hat trick in the first half. Lanchbury loses the ball. Boudreau comes up with it. Mans brings it in. Mans rips one wide. Swada has the rebound. Shanks skips it over to Anderson. Anderson can't handle it. Hartley gets it up ahead to Brett Gillies. Gillies will dump it off to Jake Piscino. Piscino leads all defenders with 6 goals and 10 points. Lanchbury now will settle the offense, 10 on the shot clock. Smith to Hogg. Hogg takes that twister. Kaizek has it. Keenan comes out of the box and has possession for the rush. Keenan gets goal line extended, now we'll back up. Working on Ian Lord. Sweeps up top, still working on Lord. Keenan fires wide. That one goes out of bounds. Coates on the restart up to Fields. Fields will flip it to Lanchbury. 11 minutes exactly to play in the third quarter. Fields with a long one. That one goes high. Long rebound. Comes up to Messenger. Flips it up ahead. And a save made by Hartley as Boudreau had a wide open opportunity. Turned away by the King of Hearts.
And Hartley's had 3 or 4 of those saves tonight on just the one-on-one opportunities. A great job there by Hartley to stand his ground.
Lanchbury looking for some help. Sees McConvey. McConvey can't get it. Low one from Fields. Rush coming out of the front door. Here's Church. He has 1 assist tonight. Shanks. Up top, Haley. That one hit the chest of Hartley. Lucino moves it quickly ahead to Matt Gilray. Gilray flips over to Fields. Fields dumps it off inside. The behind the back shot by Williams. Kaizek got a piece of it.
Zed Williams was setting a pick on the near side for Fields on his wrong side. So when he gets fed this ball in the middle, he kind of has to go behind the back, and that was almost a second highlight reel goal for Zed Williams, but a good save by Kaizek.
Church dumps it off to Keenan. Keenan gets inside. Jeremy Thompson comes up with a loose change. Flips it to the captain, Dan Coates. Lanchbury leaves it for Fields. 15 on the shot clock. Fields trying to shake his defender. Throws it in the middle. And Barnable comes up with a loose ball. Here's Barnable with a full head of steam. Takes the shot. Kicked away by Hartley. And Hogg comes up with a loose ball. 7.5 gone by in this quarter. We've only seen 1 goal, and that was by Connor Fields. Fields dumps it for McConvey. McConvey loses it. Here's Messenger. Messenger comes in. Knocked away by Hartley. It's a crease violation anyway. It'll be Rochester ball when we get back. 8:10 to play. We are tied up at 9 on the goal by Connor Fields. But Rylan Hartley has stepped to the occasion, knocking him away. You're watching the National Cross League.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here with NLL Friday night on TSN.
Back in downtown Rochester as we are tied up at 9 between the Rush and the Knighthawks. And let's go down to Griffin De La Pena, who wants to talk about the pace of play that he talked with the coaches about.
Yeah, heard a little bit from both coaching staffs entering this second half, and they basically said the same thing, needing to slow the pace down, which we've seen a tad, and I would expect it to a little bit more, specifically on the Rochester side, as they just need better possessions because they are leaving themselves so susceptible on the back end with a ton right now of these breakaway opportunities.
Thanks a lot, Griffin. And Steve, that's the pace of play. That's something that we had talked about too, you and I off air, is that you need to slow it down a little bit and get those quality opportunities.
And be smart, right? You can see a couple of times that rush forwards, when a shot is being taken, they start getting back in reverse transition. And it seems like the Hawks aren't privy to that as they're turning the ball over. They're not getting back.
Lanchberry takes a low one, and Kaizek sits on it.
Guys, I got to check behind him on that one. It squeaked through the pads a little bit. And he checked behind him, but the ball stayed out between his legs.
Saskatchewan has not scored at all in this quarter. Rochester's only scored 1. Here's Zwada. Zwada takes the shot. That one gets soaked by Jensen. Here comes Taylor Jensen. Jensen gets in the middle, dumps it off to Tutton. In front, the shot on the doorstep by Gillies.
That's good to see from the Hawks, and that's the transition we're talking about that they've been giving up. They take down a pass, knock down a pass, and get out 3-on-1 the other way and get a really good scoring chance. A good save by Kaizek on the far post, but that's the kind of transition play you need to see from the Knighthawks.
Church flips it on the other side to Anderson. Anderson with a swim dot scores!
Levi Anderson scratched yesterday, finds himself into the lineup today. Some things changing. Holden Garland goes to IR, so some roster shakeup, but also some fresh legs on the second game of a back-to-back. And we've called his name a few times, had an assist on an earlier goal. And as you mentioned, that swim move, a quick, tight swim with his left hand gives him room to shoot. And he makes no mistake with that shot. And the Rush up 10-9 with 6:54 to play in the third.
2 goals and assists tonight for Levi Anderson. Naso and Thompson at the X. And McConvey comes up with it. McConvey comes in. Knocked away by Kaizek. Thistlethwaite in the corner. Him and Tutton are back there.
Rush got to be careful with 8 seconds here. I believe they did get the reset, and there it is.
Yep, there's an 8-second call. It'll be Rochester ball as Smith had possession momentarily.
It's good effort there because Thistlethwaite went into the corner and lost the ball, but as soon as the Rush possessed it, the Hawks swarmed into that corner and held that ball for 8 seconds to re-earn possession.
Here's Lanchberry. Dumps off to Zed Williams. Zed takes the shot. Goudreau gets the loose ball. Gets up top. That shot is blocked by Gillies. Here's Church. Church takes the shot off the helmet from Hartley. The rebound knocked away as well. Keenan had an opportunity. Here's Bassino. Lanchberry dumps it off for Waters. Not a hog. Fields. Fields takes the shot. Knocks Kaizek over, but he's able to hold on to it.
Such a deceptive shooter, Connor Fields. Takes that from a strange angle, and Kaizek gets tied up by it a little bit, able to keep it out of the net, but as you mentioned, he had to flop over to his right side to do so. Good save there from Kaizek.
Here's Haley. On the corner to Church. Anderson. Anderson takes the shot. Hartley has to go low to get it. Medeiros with a loose ball. Jamie Thompson will lead it for Zed Williams. Zed working on Barnable. Lanchberry to Smith. Smith inside, takes the overhead shot. Goes high. Barnable tracking down the ball. And that'll take us to a timeout. 4:16 to play. Third quarter. Saskatchewan has a 1-goal lead, 10-9 over Rochester. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. The NLL's March to May is brought to you STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the National Lacrosse League. By TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. Zach Mans with 2 goals and 2 assists to lead the way for Saskatchewan. Connor Fields with 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points. 3 goals for Zed Williams to lead the way for the Knighthawks as the Rush lead this one 10-9. Here's Anderson. Anderson has 2 goals tonight. Church. Back to Anderson. Tries to get to the middle. Dumps it for Mans. Ball loose in the corner. Taylor Jensen had it momentarily. Now Tutton. Gilray. Gilray will take a shot. That one is kick save by Kaizek. Saskatchewan has numbers. Hosik. Hartley goes low. That's 10 saves now in the quarter for Rylan Hartley. So see Rochester settle it on offense. Here's Waters. Dumps it to Smith. Now to Lanchberry. Fields. Fields looking to break free. Goes down, gets back up, takes the shot. Kaizek is there. Hosik is getting harassed by Fields. Here's Zwada. And Keenan goes down, and we're gonna have the first penalty on the Knighthawks tonight. Keenan, slow to get up. Taylor Jensen will go to the penalty box.
This was arm went up a little late there. Keenan gets tied up with Jensen. Let's see what the call is.
So we're gonna call it slash.
So I think when Jensen pushed Keenan over, there was not a penalty, but while Keenan was down on the ground, Jensen gave him an extra slash. And that's why you saw Keenan grab his leg, because that slash stung him a little bit. And as you mentioned, the Rush will have their first power play of the game.
Here's Shanks. Across the field, up top to Church. Church. That shot knocked away by Tutton. Church. In the corner. Hartley makes the save. Keenan had an opportunity on that one. Shanks on the restart. Fresh 30. Mans. Church to Mans. Back to Church. Church backpedaling. Shanks looking for Mans across the field. Gilray. Had it momentarily. Now Coates will get it. Tutton. We'll drop it off to Gilray. Gilray will take it into the corner. Now he'll back up looking for some help. Gilray gets inside. He was in the crease. 1 minute left on the power play for Saskatchewan. It's their first power play for the night, but their special teams already has 3 goals. They have 3 shorthanded goals so far tonight. Here's Mans. Church. Back up top to Mans. To Church in the middle, scores!
Once Gilray is thwarted on his shorthanded opportunity, taking it hard to the net, the Rush come down the other way, and they set up the power play. Robert Church from that shooter spot up top, able to step down and beat Hartley. You mentioned kind of a quiet game for Robert Church in the first half, but a power play goal. And it's funny, Brendan, when the goals were coming in bunches earlier, now they kind of feel like they're at a premium, and you could see quite a celebration from Church there, because they haven't scored too much in this half, but that restores the 2-goal lead. Still 1:25 to play in the third quarter, a lot of time left, but the Rush do have their 2-goal lead back.
So the Rush started off the game 3-0. Rochester came back with 3 of their own. Then it's 2 for Saskatchewan, 2 for Rochester, and Saskatchewan took the lead. Rochester has not led at all tonight. Here's Lanchberry. Lanchberry with that twister. Lanchberry went down.
There's a call coming up here.
This would be a penalty, I believe, on Adam J.
Long time, the 7-year veteran, spent some time with Toronto. And Jake gets called for the cross-check. And now, the enigma that is the Knighthawks power play tonight. We'll see if they can get a second notch on a power play belt here. And obviously, they'll want to do that. That's goal number 1, but they'll also want to make sure they don't give up a shorthanded goal. And yeah, Lanchberry cross-check down low. That's what took him down.
Fields, McConvey, Lanchberry, behind to Zed Williams. Fields rips one. That one goes wide. Gets his own rebound. Smith. Crossfield, Lanchberry, back to McConvey. McConvey takes the shot. Knocked away by Kaisik. Smith. McConvey. Back to Zed Williams for the score! Zed Williams with a dunk, his 4th of the night.
Zed Williams continues his strong night with another highlight reel goal, this time on the dunk. Kaisik not quite sure where that ball was going to be put, and Zed able to beat him. But I don't want to lose the fact that McConvey took that shot short side, Brendan, because that reset the shot clock, right? They had really good ball movement on that entire power play, and McConvey takes a shot at the near post that Kaisik turned away, and he gets the loose ball. But a challenge flag out on the floor from the Saskatchewan bench. Gonna have to see if Zed got any leverage on the net, or what contact he may have made with the goaltender, or if his foot was in the crease on the dunk.
Saskatchewan is challenging the goal call.
So there's a lot of things to look at on this particular goal call, Steve. As you mentioned, there's a few things. There's a lot of boos by Rochester, but if you're Saskatchewan, it's a great challenge.
Yeah.
Whether you win it or not, slow the game down, slow the momentum. Let's take a look at this one.
That it's coming back.
Was that from behind the net? Feet are clear. Backhand dunk. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Did it cross the goal line? That might be what they're checking here. Let's see. Did this cross the goal line, Brendan? Is that what they're looking at? Because his feet are clean. His feet are clean.
Foot's clear for sure.
And he does this like backhand dunk. I'm just curious, does the ball cross the goal line? Goes down. That looks like it's in the net. That should be inside. A good goal here. If I had any say, which I don't, but if I had any say, this would be a good goal for Zed Williams. We'll see what the officials come up with. What an effort there by Zed Williams. And we had a goal last night, I believe, by Poitras, that he put his hand on top of the crossbar as he was dunking it, and that should have been waved off. I don't know that it was. But that's what we have to look out for, things like that. You know, you can't make contact with the goaltender while in fight. So he's clear before he jumps, and I don't think he makes contact with anything there. And that crosses just inside the far post. Yeah, that's a crazy dunk, Brennan. On the backhand like that, that's
as long as the ball crosses the goal line. It doesn't have to hit the back of the net, just as long as it crosses the goal line. It is good, and the officials are going to do their due diligence here and look at all these. And Steve has given his seal of approval on the goal.
Two referees in the crowd gave their seal of approval as well.
And here we're going to get the official announcement.
The shooter left clean, and the ball crossed the goal line. Before the shooter got down, we got a good goal.
So another outstanding goal for Zed Williams tonight. He's not just scored 4 goals, they've been some pretty ones. And like he so often does, makes the highlight reel and gets the Hawks back within 1 with 23.5 to play in the third quarter.
So as we mentioned, Rochester has not led at all tonight. They've been close a few times. Ball still loose. Messenger is on it now.
Yeah, this should be Rochester's ball with Messenger laying on top of the ball, and Hartley scoots to the bench.
So they're pulling Hartley with 13.5 seconds to make it a 6-on-5. Here's McConvey. Fields. 3 seconds on the clock. And Rochester throws it away. And we'll head to the fourth quarter with Saskatchewan with an 11-10 lead. But not because Zed Williams doesn't have anything to say about it. Thank you very much. We're going to the fourth quarter. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. The NLL's March to brought to you by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. Getting ready for the fourth quarter, and take a look at this scoreline. 11 goals in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter, 4 in the third quarter. Steve, what are we going to get in the last 15?
Well, as expected, things calmed down a little bit. There was no way we were going to have a final score of, 24-20. Felt that way for a little bit, but I said to you during the break, just go win a quarter, for both teams. It's a close enough game. The second and third quarter were identical. Go win this quarter and get out of here with a win, whether you're Rochester or Saskatchewan.
Yeah, it's an important game for both teams as Saskatchewan wants to keep that pad in their first place lead in the league, and Rochester wants to get back in the top 8. Here's a shot by Church. Hartley made 12 saves in the third quarter.
Neil, I could add more to the significance of what this would mean for Rochester and Saskatchewan too.
Fields sweeps across, working on McClellan. Switch comes over. Lanchberry dumps it off for McConvey. McConvey goes short side, takes a hit. Here's Jay.
For both sides, I can add to both.
The far side. Crossfield pass. Mans has it. Up top to Haley. And a moving screen. Going to be turned over to the Knighthawks. Looking for some help. Zed Williams takes the shot. He's already got 4 goals tonight. Isaac moves it quickly up ahead. Saskatchewan. Mans! That one goes off the crossbar.
Wow, hammered off the pipe.
Saskatchewan will maintain possession. Mans to Anderson. The shot by Shanks. Rebound comes out to Mans. There's Church. Dumps it inside to Anderson. Oh. Anderson had an opportunity, but Hartley is there. Let's go down to Griffin De La Pena.
Yeah, the significance again for both of these teams will start out with Rochester trying to break that 4-game losing streak, and during that stretch, they have struggled to close out games. And on the other side for Saskatchewan, as there's no goal there, the Rush, they're not going to play for another 2 weeks, and you don't want to go empty-handed on this Western New York road trip.
That's a great point by Griffin. Nothing's worse than losing back-to-back games and going on a bye. Here's Medeiros, try to change levels. Well, Griffin was talking, you saw Connor Fields take the dive, he scored, but he was in the crease.
And before we went to Griffin, a huge save by Hartley on the quick stick, getting across.
Fields trickles it in for the goal. So Connor Fields, his second of the night, ties it up. He didn't want to score while Griffin was talking. So he at least had the courtesy to wait till Griffin was done talking.
And another outside shot from Fields, and Isaac gets almost all of this. But the operative word in that statement is almost. It hits his stick, his right leg, and he feels it trickling behind him, spins around, but by that time, it's too late. You know, there's hard shots in the NLL and heavy shots, Brendan. That's a heavy shot. It gets through the wickets of Isaac, trickles over the goal line, tied at 11 with 11:28 to go. Are you surprised, Brendan, tied at 11? This has been the whole game.
It's been back and forth the whole game. The only thing we haven't seen is Rochester with a lead. Saskatchewan has led throughout if it has not been tied.
And a change for Saskatchewan, who never led in last night's game.
Here's Mans with the swim dodge. Anderson up top. And Haley tried the dunk and it knocked Hartley over. And they're calling a good goal.
So far side official said no, near side official says yes. It's that same set play, Brendan, the shot that goes behind the net that is caught and dunked. And as this ball tried to get put into the net, Hartley falls way back into the net. And that ball looks like it's inside the post. We'll have to take a couple of looks at this. But the discrepancy in calls from the officials will send this to a review.
Yeah, we'll have to take a look at this one again. So referee review, and this is going to be an interesting one, Steve.
At first look, it looks like this ball gets tucked into the net. Hartley comes back hard into it, but you can see it tucks in over his left shoulder.
Yeah.
And so the far side official says no, but the near side official, who has the better look, sees that ball resting on Hartley's left shoulder as he falls back into the net. And I think we're going to have a goal here. Once again, my opinion doesn't usually matter too much, but in my opinion, I think we're going to have another goal here. A great look from behind the net. Brock Haley tries this backhand dunk, and it just rests on the shoulders of Hartley. Well, and he falls into the net, and the ball's in there.
We'll have to see did he get a clean launch. So they're going to look to see, does he have a clean launch? And where is he when the ball goes in the net? Because as you said, it rests on Hartley's shoulder. So it wasn't in initially, but then it falls in, and it'll be interesting to see what the call is here, because again, there's a lot of variables. So let's take a look at his feet first.
He takes off. It's clean. Nothing's touched. Yeah.
No, that's a good goal.
And also worth noting, Brendan, with these nets, you know, they're not held down too strongly, and the referees have some discretion when a net is moved, right? If a goal is scored and that net coming way off, you know, that ball still looks like it's in the net behind Hartley's shoulder. How many times have we seen that set play today, Brendan? That shot pass to the back of the net that turns into the dunk. Both teams using it.
Yeah, both teams have been using it effectively. So Haley does a great job.
And also worth noting, Brendan, in the NLL, a defender cannot play defense in the crease. You can't block a shot, you can't stand there like a goalie, but if there's a dunk attempt occurring, you can be in the crease, which is why
be behind.
Yeah, the Knighthawks defender is right in the crease trying to take this dunk attempt away from Haley.
Well, here's the call. Let's find out what's going to happen. We think it's a goal. What do they say?
The ball does cross the goal line. Prior to the shooter touching down, we got a good goal.
So Brock Haley, his second of the night, and that's the right call.
Yep.
Referees did a good job. They looked at it, discussed it, went to the video. Mike Hazen not thrilled with that, but it's a good call.
And the back and forth affair continues. Punch, counter punch for the entire game so far. Who's going to go on the next run?
It seems like every time Rochester's tied it up, Saskatchewan comes back about 30 seconds later and takes the lead again. Here's Fields. Fields looking for an opening, gets it, takes the shot. Chest save by Kaizek. Jensen giving Boudreau trouble. Ball goes in the back end. Dan Coates knocks it away. The ball's still loose. And finally, with 10 seconds on the shot clock, we get an 8-second violation.
Yeah, the ball was in the offensive zone, Brennan, and then the Knighthawks knocked it back, so there was never a reset. But the Rush are still required to get that ball back over the timeline in 8 seconds, so a unique clock situation.
Here's Zed Williams inside, scores!
Who else but Zed Zilla to tie this game again? Sets a pick for Lanchbury, pick and roll, spins one way, plants his foot, spins the other way to beat his defender inside, and then is able to put this ball just under the crossbar behind Kaizek. One hand on the stick, spin move around Jake Boudreau, and his 5th of the night. Zed Williams, you are on sock trick watch.
A career high 5 goals for Zed Zilla. We are tied up at 12. 9.5 to play. Lanchbury flips it to Smith. Smith to McConvey. McConvey shoots. Eaten up by Kaizek. Here's Wada, dumps it to Church. Keenan takes the shot, goes wide. Church is there for a 5 on the shot clock. Church dumps it to Zwada. That one goes wide, a shot clock violation. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. 8:55 to play. We're tied up at 12. Don't go away now. It's just getting fun. You're watching the National Lacrosse League.
This is the moment you waited all week for. It's Friday night. Whether you're at home or out on the town, it all starts here.
No, he didn't!
The weekend starts here
Oh, what a move!
with NLL Friday night on TSN.
Back in downtown Rochester, we are all tied up at 12. Zed Williams with 5 goals for Rochester to lead the way. Ryan Lanchbury, 7 assists. Connor Fields, 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. On the other side for Saskatchewan, Zach Mans, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Robert Church, 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Ryan Keenan, a goal and 2 assists. Levi Anderson, 2 goals and an assist. We're coming right down to the wire, just as we expected, of course, right?
Yeah, this has been the script for the whole game, just back and forth. And we talk about the game of runs, but these have been one goal back and forth, not even runs, just back and forth we've gone.
So Rochester has never led in this game. It's been tied a few times. Here's Smith off the crossbar. McConvey will track it down near midfield. A fresh 30-second shot clock for the Knighthawks. Fields dumps it to McConvey. But McConvey looking for Smith inside. Lanchbury comes up with it. McConvey, right wing save by Knighthawks. And the Rush have a beat on it. Adam J got the loose ball. Here's Church. So down to Keenan, now Zach Mans. Anderson comes on as well. Anderson sets the screen. Mans to Keenan. Keenan. Hartley got a piece of it. Here comes Jensen. Dumps it to Medeiros. Medeiros comes in, now we'll back it up.
The Rush taking advantage of the short change there, Brendan, able to get back in reverse transition. Rochester tried to get numbers, but the short change with the bench there gave them the opportunity to get guys out the back door.
Here's Lanchbury to Waters. Waters takes the shot, that one goes wide. McClellan has the loose ball. McClellan will dump it off to Kidd. Kidd gets it to Mans. Up in the Rush zone. Here's Anderson. Mans fires. Hartley's there. Dan Coates. We'll bring it in. Rochester will get their offensive personnel on the floor. Lanchbury coming on late. McConvey can't get the pass. Let's see if Lanchbury can keep it in. He does. 10 on the shot clock. Smith gets in the middle, takes a shot wide. Here come the Rush. Rochester gets out of the box quickly. Anderson will give it a touch. 6.5 to play. We're tied up with 12. Anderson still has it. Tried to hit ball trick. Rochester's on it. Anderson redodges. Church goes wide. Jensen has it. Jensen up ahead to Jeremy Thompson, and he misfires. And Knighthawks gets the ball back for the Rush. Here's Swada. Swada inside. Loses his footing, and he stepped in the crease.
Good defense there. Swada was trying to get to the crease dive, but that little bump does just enough to knock him off balance, and he steps on the chalk line of the crease and awards the Knighthawks possession.
5:45 to play, tied at 12. Lanchbury to Fields. Fields has an opening, takes a shot. Guys that got a piece of it. Fields hits the deck, and it's a loose ball push. They'll maintain Rochester possession.
Fields chasing down that loose ball. Knighthawks pins it, but Fields gets pushed from behind by Bobby Kidd. That gives the Hawks another chance with a 30-second shot clock.
Here's Smith. Knighthawks has it. That was the 10th loose ball tonight for Connor Fields. He's one of the best forwards in the National Lacrosse League at retrieving loose balls. Usually in the top 10 of the league of all players.
He knows where to be, right? He knows where to find himself on the floor. And that's so key.
Keenan dumped it in front to Anderson, point blank, and Hartley's there.
Huge save for Hartley at this point of the game as we cross the 5-minute mark in regulation. A wide open look out front for Levi Anderson, turned aside by Hartley, keeps this game tied.
31 saves for Hartley. Smith on the backside. Kaiser got a piece of it. Here come the Rush. Anderson dumps it in front. Keenan. And Hartley's there. So we'll stay deadlocked at 12. 4:35 to play. Rylan Hartley with 32 saves and a big one right there. We're coming down the wire in Rochester. Don't go away. You're watching the National Lacrosse League. .435 to play, fourth quarter here in Rochester. We're all tied up at 12. And Steve, last night Saskatchewan went to overtime. It was tied up at 10 in regulation. Josh Byrne, 7 minutes in, scored for the Bandits to win that one. And Saskatchewan in another nail-biter tonight here in Western New York. Here's Zed Williams. He spins and shoots. Jay comes up with the rebound.
Great defense. Chad Tutton cuts to the middle. Looked like a wide open look for Matt Hossack, and Chad Tutton chops the ball out of his stick, stopped a real good scoring chance.
Inside 4 to play. Keenan gets the opportunity. Hartley is there.
He thought about hitting Gilray out in transition, but he was a little bit covered up by the reverse transition of the rush, so they back off a little bit and let 5 forwards.
Here's Smith. That one bounced short. Ball still loose. Chidi was the one who got it. 3:20 to play. Here's Haley. Haley gets the ball knocked away by Medeiros. Swada comes up with it to Anderson. Anderson gets in the middle, goes wide. Anderson gets his own rebound, goes wide again. Jeremy Thompson has it. He'll move it ahead. Pacino can't get the handle on it.
Couple chances there for the Knighthawks to get out in transition, but some missed passes, some missed loose balls. And the Rush not only get another chance, but the shot clock has been reset.
Swada has some space. Hartley got on it. Here's Shanks. Austin Shanks, who played with the original Knighthawks back in 2017. Mans skips it to Church. Church getting harassed by Gilray. Shanks goes wide. And the ball loose as Pacino will come up with it.
Feels like the Hawks survived a bit there, Brendan. That was 4 straight sets for the Rush. You know, just reset after a couple of misplayed balls, but overall, get out of it unscathed.
Match Perry to Fields. Zed Williams. Zed dumps it off. Ryan Smith. Smith fires. Looked like Boudreau got a piece of that one at the point. Messenger brings it over. Gets by Tutton. Still has it. Dumps it to Anderson. In front, Keenan. Keenan dives, can't convert. McConvey was back on defense. He comes up with a loose ball.
And Hartley made a save there on that crease dive for Keenan. We've talked about the crunch time, and Hartley's been up to the task.
34 saves now for Rylan Hartley. Here's Connor Fields. McConvey fires wide. And that'll be an over and back. Saskatchewan, quickly, Kidd. Inside a minute to play. Keenan playing a little cat and mouse game, still has it. Dumps it off to Church. Hartley makes the save. 41 seconds to go. And Mike Hazen's going to call a timeout with 37 seconds to go. There's an 11-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah, I think this is a smart timeout from Hazen because there's no guarantee you're going to get another possession, right? So I think Hartley will stay in net, and I think that this is just about drawing up the best play you can, getting everybody out there that you want out there, and setting something up. I would be very surprised if they would go 6-on-5 for this set, especially with the 11-second discrepancy. They opted to go 6-on-5 with the 5-second discrepancy at the end of the first half. But I think this will be a 5-on-5 set, and this timeout, Brendan, I think is just about drawing up the best play you can in this situation with 26 on the shot clock and 37 on the game clock.
So the Knighthawks, they're trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. And Saskatchewan trying to get back on the winning ledger after their loss last night. They had won 9 in a row. Before that, their last loss was December 12th against Ottawa. So the officials are taking a look at things as Kyle Calais, the offensive coordinator for Rochester, draws up a play for them. So they're going to put an extra 0.7 seconds on the clock.
And the shot clock went from what, 24 to 26? Or was it already 26?
It was 26, so yeah, so
13-second discrepancy.
Be about a 13-second discrepancy.
And Hartley is trotting back to the crease. Now this one, Brendan, I think that if you're Rochester, you might be willing to take a shot earlier in the clock, get a reset, and get Hartley to the bench, right? There's a lot of ways you can go about this, right? Are you holding to leave the rush as little time as possible, or are you trying for maybe 2 possessions if you can scoop the loose ball?
Rochester 0-2 in 1-goal games so far this year. They lost 11-10 to Toronto. They lost 16-15 at Vancouver 2 weeks later. Fields comes over to the near side, dumps it to Lanchbury. Lanchbury behind the net to Zed Williams. 1 second on the clock. Kysik is able to get it. 10 seconds on the clock. Here come the rush. Here's Keenan. Keenan stops. The shot turned away by Hartley, and we are going to overtime. So for the second night in a row, Saskatchewan will play overtime in a Western New York City.
And as mentioned, a lot of lacrosse for the Rush. Philadelphia on Sunday, Buffalo yesterday, and now Rochester today. And we mentioned that overtime went almost 7 minutes last night as well. So a lot of miles on these Rush legs and a lot of miles traveled this past week. What a game we've been treated to, though, Brennan. Man, back and forth. 11 goals in the first quarter and now 24 goals split evenly. What a game back and forth we've had here.
And we have not had a goal in 9 minutes and 55 seconds.
Just the way we drew it up in the first quarter, you know.
The last goal was scored by Zed Williams on the dunk to tie it up at 12.
And Zed is still looking for the sock trick. He is on the watch for a sock trick. 5 goals so far in this game. And he has been the most dynamic goal scorer tonight, so you got to think he's going to.
But what a crazy first quarter, Steve. Let's take a look at, go back to how nuts it was in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, the Rush, 3 goals in 49 seconds. A crazy run to notch 3 goals in less than a minute. And it kind of felt like things were going to be crazy. The Knighthawks pulled Hartley. They put Hutchcraft in, but that only lasted a few seconds. But putting Hutchcraft in, that quick switch led to Rochester responding with 3 goals in 1 minute and 18 seconds. So the game of runs that is the National Lacrosse League had been just that. In a 6-5 first quarter, we have not had more than 1 goal separate these teams in a very long time since those 3-goal runs. And now overtime will decide this, and that almost feels right in a game like this that's been so back and forth.
So Ryland Hartley has 37 saves now tonight, 48 saves for Tomek Kysik.
Both looked shaky early and certainly settled in. We mentioned on the first 11 goals that were scored that happened on 25 shots, and at one point the Knighthawks had 5 goals on 11 shots. Both goaltenders settled in after that shaky start in the first quarter.
Jake Naso, 17 of 28 at the faceoff X. Jeremy Thompson, 10 of 25. But Messenger will get this one. Here's Messenger. Knocked away by Hartley. Rebound opportunity. We don't, and we've got a penalty. We've got a cross check. And this is on Dan Coates, I believe. No Taylor Jensen.
I want to see this again, Brendan, because this looked like just a good defensive play out in front of the crease. As he turns in.
Take a look at this again. And look at
like
32.
I thought he kind of knocked the ball out. He hit his stick and knocked the ball loose. And they're going to call a cross check even though he hit the stick and knocked the ball out. And no timeouts in overtime, Brendan. We always used to have the timeout on the first.
And
he's coming out of the box. I don't know.
Jensen's coming out of the box for a moment. I think they're going to look at this again. I think Jensen's trying to plead his case. And I think he's got a good case. I think that's just an aggressive play.
But I thought we could only review majors. Did they call it a major on the floor? Did they call it a major for a cross check? Because a 2-minute minor, I don't believe would be looked at. I couldn't hear the official's call, but his mic did turn on.
Yeah, the mic hasn't been on most of the night.
So maybe they called it a major with the intent to look at it, and looking at it is going to allow them.
I mean, it certainly didn't look like a minor penalty, more or less a major penalty.
Sure. But a major penalty gets reviewed, can reduce to a 2 or completely taken off the board. So if they called it a major with the intent to review it, that's a good decision by these officials so that they can get this call right at a crucial point of the game.
Well, it's so crucial in overtime because a power play on overtime is huge. So power plays tonight, Saskatchewan is 1 for 1 on the power play. Robert Church has the power play goal. Just 14 seconds into overtime. And we know Saskatchewan will have the ball. And we know they'll have 5 shooters out there, but we need to know whether Rochester's going to have 5 or 4 defenders.
And if this call comes off, it might even be Rochester's ball, right? Because they would have scooped the loose ball that would have caused the penalty. So that might even be, here's the call.
That's true. Here we go. Let's find out.
Major has been rescinded. We will go with the face-off.
There you go. So the penalty comes off the board completely. And now we go to the dot for a face-off. A pretty good scenario here for the Knighthawks. And Brendan, credit to the officials. When you call this penalty, you call it a major, which then induces the review, and they got it exactly right, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's smart by the officials. They've had a good game tonight because they've done that a couple times where they've called official reviews just to say, hey, let's take a step back. Let's look at this.
And if they would have called it a minor, Brendan, there would be no review, and it would have been a power play for the Rush. So calling it a major, as much as it might seem like a crazy call for that to be called a major, leads to them getting the call right, which is a good thing to see. So hats off to Chris Williams and crew for getting this call right.
Yeah, our crew tonight, Chris Williams, Mark Thompson, Joel Furman. They've called a good game tonight. Here's Thompson and Naso. Face off in the Rochester end. It comes out. Here's Messenger. Takes a shot. And a butterfly save for Hartley. So Hartley's faced 2 shots in overtime. He's knocked them away. Now Rochester will go on offense for the first time in overtime. Here's Lanchberry. Now to Fields. Behind to Smith, but Convey loses his balance. Jarrett Smith comes up with it. Smith hits the deck. Now Matt Hossack has it. He gets it over before the 8-second call. Here's Keenan working on Ian Lord. Drops it to Mans. Mans to Gillies. Inside, Keenan can't handle it. Haley will reset with 6 on the shot clock. Keenan takes the shot. That one goes wide. Church scores! Church scores!
And then I think the shot clock expired.
And hold the phone here.
The far side official signals goal, but I believe that this is going to be an instance where the shot clock expires. And unlike basketball, Brendan, this ball has to be in the net before the shot clock expired. When he shot it will have nothing to do with it. And looking at the clock behind the net, it looks like it's at 0 before that ball crosses the line.
That's going to be a quick one. Good call, Steve. That'll be a quick no-goal call as the ball has to cross the goal line before the zeros. Yep.
Very quick review here.
That was quick. That was easy.
And we have a tap on the head indicating a shot clock violation.
The 30-second expired before the ball crossed the goal line. No goal.
What an overtime we've had. 2 reviews, balls in the net that don't count. It's been an awesome game.
I mean, how about Saskatchewan playing back-to-back overtime games? Last night, Buffalo here in Rochester. Hey, this team is getting a well-deserved bye week.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely can use a breather after these 2 games, playing over 60 minutes of lacrosse 2 nights in a row.
Rochester trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. Saskatchewan trying not to go over for the weekend. Fields gets in front, loses the ball, gets knocked down. Ball crossed in front, Barnable intercepts it. He gets it up to Boudreau. Boudreau has a goal tonight. Now to Mans. Keenan. Back to Mans, up top to Haley. Church. Here's Mans. Church fires wide. Haley has it. Church smothered by Hartley.
Oh no.
And over and back.
The outlet pass was a little hot and bounces off the chest of Medeiros.
Unforced error by the Knighthawks. Remember, this is sudden victory overtime. The first goal wins. Church to Anderson. Church. Now down low to Shanks. Up top to Anderson. Anderson will fire. That one gets soaked by Gilray. Anderson in the corner. Gilray comes up with it. Here's Jensen. Zed Williams has 5 goals tonight. He has it. Now to Ryan Smith. Smith has been quiet tonight. Fields. Well, the double team got out of it. 6 on the shot clock. Zed Williams shoots. Kajzik.
Rochester's first real look in overtime. A good chance there for Zed. He shoots high to low, but Kajzik pins that between his legs.
Here's Haley up top to Church. Church takes the shot. Hartley makes the save. Clears it out to Coates. Lanchbury has it. Will bounce it to Hogg. Hogg to the middle. Fields. Fields fires wide. Lanchbury has the rebound. Touch something, they reset the shot clock. Fields tries to get the screen from McConvey. Fields gets to the middle, looking for some help. Adds it to Lanchbury. Lanchbury dumps it to Smith. Smith inside to McConvey. Kajzik with the save.
What a save. McConvey does a great job cutting to the middle. Great ball movement by the Hawks, but Kajzik turns it away.
Keenan now to Haley. Here's Shanks. Shanks to Church. Church loses it momentarily. 3 on the shot clock. Keenan. That one gets soaked by Lord. Here's Lanchberry. Dumps it for Williams. Williams across the field. Fields shoots. Said Williams had a beat on it momentarily. Ball still loose, and it's an over-back violation. 5 minutes into overtime. Saskatchewan played 7 minutes of overtime last night. We have now gone 15 minutes without a goal by either team. Keenan, kick save by Hartley. Jensen gets it up ahead to Gilray. Lanchberry telling him to go down. Set a screen. Gilray will come off. Lanchberry behind the back to Smith. Ball in the corner. Messenger has it. Messenger brings it up ahead. Piscino got in the passing lane. Lanchberry comes up with it. Here's Smith in front. Scores! Ryan Smith wins it for the Knighthawks.
A broken play at midfield. And the Rush lose the idea, or lose the fact that Ryan Smith is all alone in front of the net. Lanchberry sees him there, fires the ball to him. And Brennan, I think this went off the post, off of Isaac's back, and into the net. So the ball at midfield just kind of gets lost by the Rush. Lanchberry picks it up, doesn't realize that Ryan Smith is on the crease, sees him there, slings it sidearm to him. And Smith, because he's all alone, multiple fakes, beats Isaac, and Jake Boudreau throws his stick into the net in frustration. For the Rush, back-to-back overtime losses for the Knighthawks. The first time they've had the lead tonight, Brendan?
The only time they've had the lead tonight, Ryan Smith with his 3rd goal tonight. And let's take one more look at it. What an ending. Look at Smith. Smith is down there all alone.
Yeah, and that goes off the near side post, off Isaac's back and in. What a game we were treated to here.
And the goal
Rochester
is officially good. Rochester wins it 13-12 in overtime. And our 3 stars of the night, brought to you by TFL, the 3rd star, the 3rd star, Zach Mans, 2 goals, 4 assists. Zed Williams, the 2nd star, 5 goals, a career high for him. And the 1st star, Ryan Smith, 3 goals, 2 assists, and the game-winning goal in overtime, Steve.
And as we mentioned, the broken play leads to a back-to-back overtime loss for the Rush and a huge overtime win for the Hawks. Lanchberry scoops up the loose ball, sees Ryan Smith all alone, and Smith able to make his fakes and bank it into the net. An incredible back-and-forth affair. And as mentioned, the Hawks didn't lead the entire game, but led when it mattered the most in overtime with 9:09 on the clock. And for the Rush, back-to-back games, playing your hearts out, overtime, and back-to-back losses from 10-1 to 10-3. And that 2-game lead in the loss column is now evaporated for the Rush.
That's right, Colorado is 9-3 right now. So Saskatchewan only a half game ahead of them, and Rochester gets their 5th win, so they go to 5-5 and will move into 8th place. Right now, let's go down to Griffin De La Pena, who's with Ryan Smith.
Gentlemen, thank you. Ryan, what was it like to play in a game that had 11 goals in the first quarter and then went 15 minutes until your game winner?
That's the beauty of lacrosse. You never know what's going to happen. We just had to manage their swings. They've had a busy week, so their sticks are sharp. So they came out hot, and we had to match their hot start. But then defense settled down, and Hartley played a hell of a game.
What can a win like this do for your momentum again, snapping a 4-game skid and giving yourself momentum against the top team in the league?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you said it all, basically. It's good for the confidence and for this group moving forward.
Also in this game, what did you see in that final sequence? You had a whole lot of green grass. What were you looking for in that final shot?
Yeah, the defender was just sitting a little bit off me, and me and Lance have a lot of chemistry, so I just kind of flashed my stick, and he threw me a great pass, and I wanted to break away.
Congratulations on the win, Ryan. Go
Thank
celebrate.
you very much.
Brendan, send us home.
Thanks a lot, Griffin. We appreciate it. Once again, our final score is Rochester 13, Saskatchewan 12. For Steve Bermel, Griffin Della Penna, our producer-director Neil Gallo, and our entire crew, I'm Brendan McDaniels. This has been a presentation of the National Lacrosse League in association with Freedom Broadcast Studios. One more game currently underway on ESPN+. Catch the end of Halifax, Calgary. With that, we say goodnight from Rochester.